Good afternoon. How many of you here have someone in your lives touched by special needs? Well, for all of us that do, we know how extraordinary these individuals are and the joy that they bring to our lives. What if we lived in a world where everybody else knew this too? Hi, I'm Lauren Morrow, and I'm the plan developer for Abilities Cafe, a recently incorporated 501c3 public benefit corporation that specializes in the employment and job training of special needs individuals through a community-run cafe. I'm here today with its tenacious founder, Lorraine Gonzalez. She's been a special education teacher in the area for over 15 years, and she is an inspiring plan to improve the community.
Thank you, Lauren. Good afternoon. I'm so very grateful to be here with you today to discuss Abilities Cafe. I'd like to start off with a couple of questions. How important is it to you to earn a paycheck? Do you feel a sense of worth when you contribute to your community? As a special education teacher of transition students 18 to 22, I transition them into adult life, which includes vocational training. Up until last summer, we were limited to volunteering at local nonprofits and city agencies. This really limited the scope of the different skills that my students were able to attain. So, being the resourceful person as I am, I thought, why don't I create my own business? And you may ask, why would it be a cafe? Well, a cafe is where we usually like to engage with one another, and I thought it would be the perfect place for our special needs individuals to showcase their many abilities, to interface with their community in a very relaxed and tranquil environment. We'll be saying special needs individuals as SNIs from here on out. California received millions of dollars this last summer through the Workforce Innovations and Opportunities Act of 2014. One of the unforeseen challenges that they've faced is when they've gone to different businesses wanting to create these internships, many of them have been really reluctant because they haven't had the experience of working with special needs individuals. Because myself and other educators in this field have that experience, we know that we can provide that safe space for them.
As Lorraine was saying, we believe that a cafe is the most appropriate method to approach the SNI employment problem because it addresses the two primary obstacles, which are lack of opportunity for SNIs and the lack of awareness of the general public. In the last year, I've had the honor of meeting Lorraine and working with my peers at both Hayashi Wayland and CSUMB to develop her vision into a business plan for a craft and comfort style cafe. The unique experience of this cafe and the ability for you to make a difference in your community is the value proposition. Per our recommendation, Abilities Cafe filed as a 501c3 public benefit corporation in January, and this was to maximize the public support, to have better access to grants, and to be able to really focus the revenues back into giving our SNI interns the best opportunities possible. Now I know we're short on time and there was a lot of ground that was covered in the business plans, but I'll try to give you the highlights. Abilities Cafe will have three primary sources of income. That is the coffee shop revenues, the Workforce Innovation Opportunities Act, wages, and donations and grants from the community. Through all the research that we've done in the past year, we've identified our target market, and there is no shortage of millennials aged 25 to 35 within a desirable income bracket. And we wanted millennials in particular because studies have shown that they are more likely to spend a little bit more on a purchase if they believe in what what the brand stands for. With that said, there's also no shortage of coffee shops, and this strategic route map helps illustrate our integrated, low-cost and differentiation market strategy. When comparing some of our local competitors against price and social awareness, Abilities Cafe may be comparable to Starbucks in terms of pricing, but our commitment to social advocacy is what's going to set us apart from our competitors, and we have identified this as a priority for our target market. And we know this is a viable business model because it's been done across the country. The closest ones here are Fig's Cafe in Templeton, there's Friends Coffee and Tea in San Jose, and perhaps the most famous example is Biddy and Beau's Cafe in North Carolina. And even though they've only opened in 2016, they plan to open their 4th location this summer. So that's wonderful. Of course, I can't look into a crystal ball and say for sure how much this cafe is going to bring in, but we do have pretty good industry data to help us gauge the financial health of the organization and its cafe. And it would be kind of silly to go in and think we're going to be doing over 400 transactions a day like Starbucks, but on average, through comparable cafe business models, we could expect to serve about $200 a day. And if we average about $5 a transaction, we could bring up to $420,000 in revenues annually. As for the startup costs, our business plan estimates about $100,000 to start us up for the first year. And that includes leasehold improvements, equipment, first years of rent, and pretty much all of the startup cost necessities. But I will say it will only cost us about $10,000 to start up a pop-up and serve local events and farmers markets to start spreading the word and bringing in revenues towards the brick and mortar.
For the last 2 years, I've had this wonderful advisory board of parents. Susan and Petula are the founding members of Special Kids Crusade, which is now Special Kids Connect. I've been working with other special education teachers like Matt and Ricky, and CSUMB graduates who have been working on our business plan, and Dr. Tom Jones, who is also an instructor with CSUMB. And we've gained great support. Supervisor Judge Phillips was particularly excited about this concept. He shared with us that he had a brother with special needs that his mother took care of until she passed away at age 95. So he definitely understands the need. And he has offered to help us either train our interns in his facility or have his chef come to ours. Same with Larry Thurman from Acme Coffee. He's developing our house blend, which we're going to be showcasing at farmers markets. And we continue to work with Hope Services, who helped us with our video on our website. And San Andreas Regional Center will be providing the internship payments for those who are over 22, and the Department of Rehab will be paying those internships for young adults 16 to 22. And we also hope to use CSUMB service learners as we open our brick and mortar. And we need your support. This is going to be a community-run cafe. Please tell your friends, please check us on social media. We're always happy to take donations. And we are expecting to open up in the spring. I was lucky enough to do a job share with my teaching position, so I'm just going to be working 3 days a week next school year. I'll be dedicating those other 2 days to get us up and running. And I can't finish without saying a special thank you to CSUMB Capstone. I would not be here without the CSUMB weekend in 2017. That's where I gained so many of my business partners. They've taught me so much, and I continue to learn, and I continue to look forward to making more associations with our business people to help us open. Thank you.